Gear Master, huh? Lin said, cracking his knuckles as he and Sinju stepped through the portal. Let's see if his gears can keep up with us. They emerged into the arena to face Vector and his twitchy apprentice, Glitch. You two look like you got lost on the way to the scrapyard, Sinju commented, admiring his nails. Vector grunted, his feet sinking slightly into the floor. And you two look like you got lost on the way to a pop concert, Lin just smirked. Then let's dance. The fight began with lazy confidence. Lin fired a bolt of pure void energy, a sphere of literal nothingness at Glitch. The apprentice yelped and threw up a wall of compressed air, which shimmered and buckled as the void bolt erased it. At the same time, Sinju warped behind Vector, a fireball already in his hand. But as he threw it, Vector's eyes glowed. The fireball, suddenly as light as a candle flame in a breeze, floated harmlessly up and fizzled out. Cute trick, Sinju deadpanned. Lin dashed forward, but suddenly felt the weight of a building crash down on him. He stumbled, his boots cracking the floor panels. A gravity manipulator, Lin growled, pushing himself up. How brutish. And you? Vector retorted, making himself light as a feather to dodge a wave of ice shards from Sinju. You fight with parlor tricks. Glitch, gaining confidence, sent blades of wind screaming at them. Sinju warped through the storm, but Vector anticipated his exit point, slamming his fist into the ground with immense weight. The shockwave threw Sinju off balance. Seizing the moment, Glitch created a swirling vortex of wind that trapped Sinju, lifting him into the air. Vector, making himself feather-light again, launched himself into the air towards the helpless Sinju, his fist glowing with kinetic energy. This is getting boring, Lin sighed to himself. He caught Sinju's eye. Sinju gave a slight nod. Okay, playtime's over, Lin announced to the arena. In a silent flash of shadow, a wicked-looking goblin sword appeared in his hand. On the other side of the field, Sinju's ornate cloak began to ripple, the scales expanding and locking together, forming a breathtaking suit of draconic armor. With a roar that was pure elemental fury, he blasted the vortex apart. Everything changed. The smug looks were still there, but now they were backed by terrifying power. Lin vanished. Before Glitch could even register the movement, Lin was behind him. A simple tap from the sword's hilt to the back of his neck, and Glitch's connection to the air was severed. He collapsed. One down, Lin said, not even looking at him. Vector roared in fury and slammed his feet down, making himself impossibly heavy. But Sinju now controlled the environment. The entire arena floor broke apart, and stone pillars shot upwards, trapping Vector in a cage of rock. My turn, Sinju said, his voice layered with the hiss of fire and the crackle of lightning. He warped high above the cage. Vector, bellowing, increased his own weight 1,000-fold to smash his way out. But it was too late. Sinju raised his armored hands and unleashed a torrent of every element at once, a storm of fire, ice, lightning, and stone that converged on Vector in a single cataclysmic explosion. The arena went white. When the light faded, Vector was down. Lin rested his sword on his shoulder. Like I said, he smirked. Brutish.